Right. So that gets us to start with what Wiki is. Wiki broadly is a national business chamber for women, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That's the full form. And it is aimed at boosting and building women's entrepreneurship and business through greater engagement with government, institutions, global trade, and networks. So this brings us to Wiki Financial Literacy and Management Council. So Wiki, as I explained to you, it is it's a parent body for us. And what happens is that it has a whole set of which it manages and runs under the banner of Wiki. And it is a platform for women to come together. So it's about women empowerment, understanding of what women want from business, from their entrepreneur, associates, and how things can be better for women overall. So amongst 120 councils that Wiki has, Wiki Financial Literacy and Management Council is one of the youngest councils so far. We have been set up in the month of Feb 2022. So we complete about 6.5 months as on date. So it's a big achievement for us because in just a short time, we have been able to garner membership of 350, which is just on our LinkedIn. Apart from that, we are active on our Instagram. We are active on Facebook. So those members are additional. In terms of our vision is to empower women and children through financial literacy towards a better financial future. And our mission is to touch 1 lakh lives through our financial literacy campaigns online and offline. So how are we planning to do this? For women, we are conducting a lot of online and offline webinars and seminars to create greater awareness about the need for financial literacy. This is the session that we are having today is one such session. Also at the school level, we are looking at engaging and driving activities to have financial literacy included in the school curriculum across all boards in India. Just to quickly help the people who are new here to understand how we work and our structure. So Wiki Financial Literacy Council works at 2 levels. So we have a national level and we have the state level councils. So Nita, who will be presenting the session today, she is the national president of our council. She leads a team of 19 members who report in directly to her as the national council. Then we have state councils. Right now, as on date, we have full-fledged councils of about 15 members average in Madhya Pradesh, Telangana, Haryana, and Maharashtra. We are also at Karnataka. I'm sorry, I have missed out one state. We are also looking at Tamil Nadu and Goa. We already have some members there, but our team is building up, but definitely it's something we are looking at in the near future. Just in case after this session, you would like to reach out to us, you would like to engage with us, we are very active on these social media handles. So this is our LinkedIn page. If you see in just the last 1 month, we have had 106 new followers. We have 111 unique visitors. This is our Instagram page where we regularly announce what is happening in the council. This is our Twitter page. And these are our Facebook activities where last week we had an FP Live. And, where we are interacting with different members, different experts from the financial literacy industry. Next, I would like to introduce FPSB, our partners and our leaders for this session. So FPSB is essentially Financial Planning and Standards Board. They are owners of the CFP certification. This is regarded as a gold standard in financial planning. And people who own that, people who are CFPs, people who qualify for this, they are recognized to have a certain level of competency, and they are bound to have ethical practices when they're advising their customers in distributing financial products. Next, one of the other members of our association with FPSB for this event is Financially Smart. This is an organization that has been founded by Nita Menezes. It is led by her. She is a certified financial planner, and this particular company, Financially Smart, offers financial literacy and strategic planning services for a better future for you and your loved ones. Now we are going to talk about the big theme of the day, which is the World Financial Planning Day. So this 5th October is being celebrated as the 6th annual World Financial Planning Day. And this is a day that is celebrated on the first Wednesday of October every year. And the purpose of this particular event is that today people are earning a lot of money, or they're not earning enough money at all. And the ones who are earning a lot of money, they're not saving it, or they just overspend, right? So the whole idea is that if you can plan your finances, you can ensure you have a good life longer, even post your working years and your productive years. So over the next few minutes, we are going to work with Nita as she kind of takes us through this whole process of what financial planning is all about. So over to you, Nita.
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me? Thank you, Bharti. We are also privileged to have Mr. Pushkar Chugh here among us. He is the head of FPSB. Sir, would you like to just say a few words before I start my presentation?
Hello, Nita. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Nita, for taking this initiative. As you know, this rings in literally the World Financial Planning Day. This day is celebrated across the world as World Financial Planning Day. Within the first week of October, which is from October 1 to 7, this time it is 3rd to 9th October. This is the World Investor Week. Yes, Nita, thank you so much. Carry on, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bharti. Thank you so much, Mr. Pushkar Chugh. And thank you to my wonderful team of Wiki Financial Literacy and Management Council. We have been able to put together this awesome presentation today. And being World Financial Planning Day, also Gandhi Jayanti Day today, where we need to listen to the right things, listen to the right noises, and make the right decisions. I think this is the best opportunity which FPSB has given us, along with IOSCO, where we celebrate World Financial Planning Day and want to spread the message of being financially smart. So with that, I get on to my presentation directly. Just a minute. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Yes. So as Bharti mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of Financially Smart, a certified financial planner myself, and also a fellowship in life insurance. I'm the national president at Financial Literacy and Management Council. And how did this all happen? What would you do if you'd be in my shoes? Right? What would you do? Here's what happened. When I was in college, I had a lot of money messages that I heard from various different sources. Money doesn't grow on trees. Some said, you need a lot of money to make more money and get rich. My parents told me, study well, earn well, get a higher income, and get promoted. and then get more money. Sometimes I watch some people and I thought, oh, to earn more money, I need to be lucky. Well, sometimes I watch some movies and I said, maybe I need to get an inheritance. Some thoughts were, oh, I need to be born in a very rich family. And sometimes I saw people win a lottery and I thought, oh, that's the way. Or maybe I should invest in some good rich schemes. I'm sure most of you also would have come across such many messages all your lives. And you would be thinking, what is the right way to make more money, to get more rich, to be having a great life? But believe me, this hair dryer, actually this yellow colored hair dryer is something which I'll never forget. This is something which changed the entire course of my life and my career. Friends, I wanted to be a doctor. I was studying to be a doctor, but this hair dryer, in fact, changed the entire course of my life. And I landed up today being a financial doctor. So I was born in a very traditional middle class family of 2 daughters where my dad was the only earning member of the family. My mom quit working to take care of us. She was a homemaker. And thanks to her, I knew the art of saving. I started earning at a very early age. Started off by giving some tuition, so I had some income to take care of my education because I didn't want to be a burden on my parents. So I knew about saving. But what I did not know was investing. I did not have a plan. The only place where my mom and dad would talk about investing was banks, maybe in some fixed deposits or some corporate deposits. I will leave the story of the hair dryer for another day or for my TED talk. But yes, that was something which I received as the most expensive gift for investing my hard-earned money in a Ponzi scheme, so-called Ponzi scheme, which promised to give good returns, where my dad actually invested his retirement fund and I invested a part of my money. That's the time when I decided that I want to do and to know something more about this thing, which is so important, called money, which is so crazy, that is called money. And I changed the course of my career and started my journey to be a certified financial professional. I decided to explore what this thing is. So my journey towards being a CFP began. I said, I want to make sense of this crazy yet very important thing called money. I aim to make the complex simple because when I started talking to people, I started meeting advisors, there were a lot of jargons thrown into me, financial jargons, YTM, IRR, and I was like, what are they talking about? I wanted to create an impact and make a meaningful difference in the wellness, financial wellness space. And I wanted to make the world a better place doing what I love so that more people can lead a happy, healthy, wealthy, and stress-free lifestyle. Believe me, that's what we need at the end of the day. It's about leading a healthy and wealthy life. And that's one question which had always come to my mind when I met a lot of people throughout these 3 decades of my career. Whether it was a business owner, whether it was a corporate earning a high income, whether it was a celebrity, or whether it was a professional, a surgeon, all they had in mind was, am I doing okay? Am I on the right path? And that's what we are doing today through Financially Smart, as well as Wiki Financial Literacy and Management Council, creating an impact and making a meaningful difference in the financial wellness space. It's simple, my friends. You are here today. I am here today because of the choices I made yesterday. You are here today because of the choices you made yesterday. And the choices that we make today will determine whether we will have an amazing or a regretful tomorrow. Having said that, the first thing that we all need to be aware is the basic. The basic is financial literacy. Why financial literacy? Financial literacy because financial literacy is financial self-defense. If you're not aware, if you do not have the knowledge, how will you be able to take the decisions and make choices daily? Imagine if you have the right knowledge, the right information, you would be able to make the right choices and smart decisions, and that will help you lead a healthy, wealthy, and a stress-free lifestyle. With that, when I started Financially Smart, I coined the term smart. In fact, first I thought of smarter, and I always say dil mange more. So I said, not why just smart, why not smarter? The S stands, and this is a simple formula where I request each one of you, please take a snapshot, follow it. This is an acronym that I've created, but it's the crux of financial literacy. These are the steps which, believe me, each one of you adapts and follows, you will be able to make your life healthy, wealthy, and stress-free. The first thing that is the most important is saving. Saving habits. I had the saving habits. What I needed was much more. That was the money management skill, the M, which is the money management skill, is a skill that each one of us need to develop. It needs to be taught in schools and colleges. It needs to be taught to our children. It needs to be learned by each one of us. Simple money management skills that actually talks about saving, investing the right way, ensuring that you save your money in different buckets, automating your investments, and many more. I'll share that more in detail when we go through the financial planning process. But it is important to first understand how you do the basics before going into that. So saving is important. Save as much as you can. But once you save, ensure you save it in the right way. We have a lot of students telling us, don't talk about retirement. That's too far. I want to enjoy my life today. But what we talk about when we talk about being financially smart is about investing in yourself, investing in your education, and your money management skill is something which is very, very important, which will teach you how to save your money into various buckets. I have the 6-jar money management method, which I normally talk about, which I'm sure most of you are aware. If not, you all can check it out on my YouTube channel, because the agenda today is about more talking about financial planning. But yes, it's about how you divide your money. The money you receive, the income you receive should be distributed in such a way that it is divided into various buckets. And it is a skill that can be learned, and it is a very successful skill. The A of smart, my dear friends, it is attitude and mindset. Attitude is very, very important. Mindset is very important. Finance is more personal. Finance is more personal than finance. There's a lot of emotions involved. Everyone's values, everyone's conversations about money are different. And believe me, I found that out when I started talking to people from different segments, different professions. So the mindset is the computer, the CPU. That needs to be addressed first. We need to have a growth mindset when we talk about money, when we have conversations with money, and we need to have an attitude. For example, instead of saying, I cannot afford it, the question should be, how can I afford it? And then start working towards it. The R of smarter is resourcefulness. Are you resourceful enough? There are so many resources available today. At the click of a button, we have a smartphone. But are we smart enough to use that smartphone to our advantage? There are various courses available out there. There are various videos available. There are a lot of information available. But are we making, there are lots of books available, the best of books in the industry. Are we having the resources, and are we making use of the resources that we have available at hand? And finally, if you want to be smart, you need to use one thing, which is a finite resource, that is time. Time frame is very, very important for your money to grow. This is what I learned. Luckily, I started saving very early. I started investing not very early, but yes, still at a very reasonable time. And that time actually helped me make my wealth grow. It helped me during the times of the pandemic. It helped me during the times when I decided to take up what I want to do, what I love doing, when I wanted to leave the corporate job and take up my own profession and start on my own. That kitty helped me. The time that I started saving, automating, and investing my money over the years helped the compounding effect in such a way that it helped my money to work for me. And that is something which each one of us has. In fact, our children have it more, the youngsters have it more. And that's what one of the aim that I always have. And through Wiki Financial Literacy Management Council and Financially Smart, we reach out to parents, we reach out to youngsters, we reach out to colleges and schools to ensure that this powerful resource is made use of from a very early age. So that's being financially smart. Like I said, we always say, Dil mange more. Why not be smarter? The E is the most important part of financially smarter. E is equity portion in our portfolio. If you want to generate wealth, you will save and keep the money in the cupboard. It will not help, my dear friends. You will save and keep the money in a bank account, in a savings bank account, 3% today. Inflation also is not beaten. You keep it in a fixed deposit. Will it help? No. So how would you allow your money to make money for you? It will allow you only if you invest in equity. Equity portion in your portfolio is very important. And equity means equity stocks, equity mutual funds, and equity needs time. It does not happen overnight. Rome was not built in a day. Your wealth will not be built in a day. Your discipline, your saving habits, your money management skill, your attitude, your resources, and the time all together will help you ensure that the amount that you park aside in equity will take care of you being financially smart and help you generate your wealth. And after doing all this, if you do not review, there is a problem. I call this a money date. We need to have a date, a money date with ourselves. And that happens through a review, which can be a quarterly review. A review when you sit down with maybe just a cup of coffee, the place you like, and review your cash flows, review your wealth, what is happening, review where you are. And that is going to be what I'm going to explain in the part of the financial planning process. And this, my friends, is being financially smart and yes, smarter. So once we know how you need to be financially smart, we understand financial literacy is important because knowledge is important. Half-baked knowledge is dangerous. Then comes financial planning. Why financial planning? Because where you are today and where you want to go, once you are aware of that, how do you get there is actually planning. And financial planning is about understanding this process. The best financial planning model, the right way, I would say, the right financial planning model is this. Understanding the why, the how, and the what. Let me quickly share with you how this works. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to share with you, just this is your money. And this is what is important about money to you. This part, my dear, the mix of your money and what is important about money to you is smart financial planning. I'll explain why I say this. And this is real financial planning. What we need today, my friends, is not just a financial plan. A financial plan is like a booklet, a paper, which we create and you'll keep it in the cupboard. It's like joining a gym and not going there and on the treadmill and exercising. It's about actually doing it. It's not just having knowledge, but it's about implementation. So your money and what is important about money to you, the mix of that is actually financial planning. So what is the right way of financial planning? It's a triangle which has a base. The first thing about the financial plan is your why. Why is money important to you? Why do you need the money? Once you understand this thing, this is nothing but your purpose. When I have been talking to so many clients, I've been in this industry, as I said, from the last 3 decades, and I've been creating financial plans and consulting clients. And the first question we ask them is, what is important about money to you? Some of them feel this is a question which I've never answered. Can you see the triangle? Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear, no? Thank you. Yeah. So the why which is there is the purpose is why, what is important about money to me? So a lot of clients, after coaxing them, one, they would say it's because I want to spend quality time with my family. I'm sure most of you would also have this as one of the important things why money is important to you. Some of them said it's about education, the best of education for my children. Some said to lead a very lovely lifestyle, maybe 10 years down the line, where I don't want to work for money. So having understood this purpose, based on this, we prepare the how. The how is the process, which is based on your why, which is based on what you share about your purpose. So if your purpose is I want to spend quality time with my family, then how do I do that is the process. And finally, it is the what. The what, my friends, is just the product. Products are there only to populate the plan. But unfortunately, the traditional financial industry is built backwards. They follow the inverted triangle, wherein first they enter with the product, and then it goes to the process, and then they said, okay, this will be linked to your purpose. But that's not the right way. The right way, the right financial planning is to spend quality time with family. Okay, if that's your purpose, then the how, which is the process, which I sit in, and based on that, I will identify the time frame, your risk appetite, and based on that, I will set the goals. And based on that, I will set the products, which are actually the vehicle which will help you achieve. Now we see a lot of time, there is a circle of fear here. And a lot of clients are affected by this circle of fear. When markets tank, When the investments suddenly, there is a war in Ukraine, or there is a crisis, the Lehman crisis, which happened, something like these kinds of things when happen, a lot of people come back to this advisor and say, or to the CFP and say, I think I need to come out of my investments. The markets are going to go down. What do I do? As a financial planner, as an advisor, our role is not to only talk about products. We tell our clients, we help them focus on their why. If the time frame of his goal is 9 years or 10 years, wherein he wants to spend quality time with his family, and for that he wants some money which comes in on a regular basis for him, where he wants the education of his child, which may be after 5 years or 6 years, or it could be some other goal. If that is not being affected, then why change the investment unless there is something wrong in the particular stock or mutual fund? So that's where, when we look at the plan, we focus on the why, we focus on the purpose. The role of a financial planner, the role of a certified financial planner is like a guide, is someone who is there to handhold you and help you to stay on track, to stay focused. Arguing about the product is like arguing whether we should take a train, a plane, or which automobile before we even decide where we are going. It is an important decision, my dear friends. But once we decide where we are going, then it is the decision which comes in. So at all times, it is important to focus on the why, because once you focus on the why, that will help you stay aligned, and that will help you give time for your money to grow. If you don't disturb your compounding, you will definitely make wealth, and it will definitely help your money grow in a better manner. Are you with me on this? Do you have any questions on this? Because this is a very important part of the presentation. The triangle is the most important part, where we focus on the why, the how, and the what. Well, so I go ahead. I'll go in detail in the why. Why money is important for you is very, very important, because once your values are aligned with your investment and with your plan, you will stay focused, and a certified financial planner helps you stay focused. The next step that you need to do for your plan is to write down your goals, and not just your goals, your SMART goals. Why do I say SMART? Because a goal could be, I want to go on a vacation 2 years from now. But a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound, will be, I want to go out to a vacation to the US in 2025, and I will need a corpus of maybe 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs. And for that, I am going to invest my money in this. So that's how your SMART goals, it will be time bound. You know when you need it. You know how you're going to plan it. You are very specific where you want to go. And that's why the first step is about writing down your goals. Believe me, goals are important, but you need to have a system as well. So the process helps you create the system once you identify your goals. The next thing that you need to do is assess your current financial situation. If you do not know where you are today, you know where you want to go, but you first also need to understand what is your current situation today. I may say I want a 4-bedroom house 3 years down the line. First, I need to identify whether it's a need or a want, whether it's realistic. What is my current financial situation? What is my income? What are my expenses? And that is where this step is very, very important. For that, you need to create your balance sheet. And how do you create your balance sheet is not complicated. It's very, very simple. It's two parts, draw a T. This side is your assets. The other side is your liabilities. Your assets are things that generate income. Simple. Your investments, your savings, your property. Whereas your liabilities are everything that you owe. It could be your home loan EMIs. It could be your car EMIs. It could be personal loans, friendly loans. So make a list of that because you need to know your current situation today. Track what you spend. Now that you know where you are, the next step is to track what you spend. Why do I say track what you spend? Because it's so important to know what your expenses are. You could be able, it would be a good thing to actually ensure you do not do certain transactions in a particular week and track them. You will be able to identify where certain expenses are happening which may be not needed. For example, when I tracked my expenses, I realized there were a lot of subscriptions that were going on. Today, Netflix, Audible, Prime Video, Amazon. There are so many things which are on, which sometimes are automated, and we are not aware of it. That's when we need to ensure that we track what we spend. This will really help you once you create your cash flows. Once your cash flows are taken care of, then comes budgeting. Even the government creates a budget and we all wait to hear what the government has in store for us. But what about our own budget? Smart budgeting is the key. Smart budgeting is the key, and that is very important. So your money date helps you to create your cash flows, go through it, review it. But one more important thing, after taking care, looking at your cash flow, looking at your net worth in one page, the next important step of the financial plan is to pay off your debts. Believe me, my dear friends, this is important because a lot of people get stuck in the rat race. Check your debts, start from the highest, where you're paying the highest interest. Check where you're getting a tax benefit, and if it's a long term like a home loan, that's good enough. But the other debts, like your personal loans, try and pay it. Consider paying off debts, I would say, as an investment, and reduce your debts. Because just like your money compounds, your SIPs, your investments compound, even your EMIs, if you do not pay your interest on time, even that compounds. So pay off your debts. After doing all this, the next part of the process is having a risk management plan. A trapeze artist also has a safety net when he does a lot of stunts. But believe me, we have people who go and invest directly into equity market, into stocks, into cryptocurrency without having a proper safety net. I have a lot of clients sometimes who come and tell me, "Ki ma'am, I've got 1 crore to invest, but mujhe equity mein karna hai." And then when I ask them, do you have a life insurance? Do you have a health insurance? They have not planned it. Do you have an emergency fund? What if the markets fall tomorrow? Is there enough corpus available with you to take care of that emergency? And believe me, the pandemic was an eye-opener for many people who rushed to take life insurance and health insurance policies. But unfortunately, most of them were declined because of health conditions. Most of them were accepted with heavy extra premium and loading. So the risk management plan is the most important thing, and this includes having an emergency and contingency fund. It includes having your health insurance plan, your critical plan, your disability plan, your Mediclaim, hospitalization covered, and your life insurance plan, because you would want your loved ones to be taken care of as well in case of any unfortunate event. Once we cover the risk management part, then you come to investing. Saving is done, risk management is done. now is investing. And I appeal to you, my dear friends, approach investing as a science, like a scientist. I'm a science student, so I also do the analytical way. But when we approach investment, it should be approached like a science. Every stock cannot be predicted that it will give you good returns. We cannot time the market. You have to be in the market to get the best returns. And that's where discipline, dedication, consistency helps. And that's how financial planning, and that's why financial planning is important. It's about investing the smart way. So what is the way that you can invest in the smart way? It's about diversifying your asset allocation. It's about diversifying your portfolio. It is asset allocation. It's just like a regular diet, a balanced diet. You need to have a mix of all the things. A balanced portfolio, a diversified portfolio will have a mix of equity, debt. It could be equity mutual funds, a little bit of stocks, real estate, gold. Because a balanced portfolio will help you see through, will help you achieve your goals, will help you on your path to be stress-free, to lead a stress-free lifestyle. Putting all your eggs in one basket does not help. In fact, even investing, a lesson that I learned, in some years back, was even investing in other currencies. When I say in other asset portfolios can help, but you need to have a proper mix. Don't just invest only in equity or only in debt or only keep your money in savings or bank accounts. Your emergency fund would be needed to be kept in a savings account, or maybe in a liquid mutual fund, because you need that accessible to you. But the money which is in equity mutual funds should be there for the long term. That should help you get better returns. And then the next part is tax planning. We need to understand that when we invest our money, we should ensure we get better post-tax returns. Capital gains, when we are investing in real estate, ensure that the capital gains are taken care of. We can also set off capital gains against losses, maybe in property, if there is a gain in equity. All this with the help of a proper certified financial planner, a tax consultant. This will help you prepare your wealth and ensure you get better post-tax returns, and you're able to have a proper kitty, a proper corpus that will take care of you. And the last part is estate planning. Estate planning comes when you want to ensure that as long as you live, your money is in your control. In case of anything happening to you, your money is passed on to the next generation in a proper manner, in a seamless manner. That's why you need to have a will. You need to have your nominations in place. And also, this is a part of financial literacy where I encourage all my women, all my clients, all you people out here to ensure that you check the nominations in every investment. Whenever you do an investment in a mutual fund or any other property, ensure that there is a first holder, a second holder, a nomination which is there. Because things can go haywire, things can go dirty, even relations get sour if there is no proper estate planning. And that's why it's so important, my dear friends, that the key components, that when you have a financial plan, when you do a financial planning, you need to identify first why money is important to you. Second, you need to write down your goals. As I mentioned, SMART goals. You need to budget and track your spends. You need to save more and automate. You need to invest the smart way. And you need to ensure the seamless passing of your assets. Having said that, a smart financial plan should have the following. It should be simple. It should give you one glance of your net worth and your future needs. It should be flexible and it should be tied to your core values, because behavior, emotions, fear and greed, these are the two emotions at play when the markets go up and down. And I've seen a lot of clients when their blood pressure also goes up and down like the markets. And then they tend to make costly mistakes. Believe me, I've done a lot of costly mistakes myself in my younger days. And that's why I took up this profession, learned it the hard way. And I'm here to tell you that if you follow the simple process, if you follow the simple financial plan, if you follow a smart financial plan and the smarter way, you will be able to ensure that you lead a healthy, wealthy, and a stress-free lifestyle. And yes, a qualified professional is important to help you, to handhold you, to guide you. Imagine if you are on a flight and there is turbulence. Would you want your fellow passenger or your brother, your uncle, or your friend to go and take over the planes? Would you want that? Or would you want a qualified pilot to ensure that you are safe? And that's where a qualified, certified financial planner through FPSB of India, who is certified, is someone who can help you, who can guide you and take you through this journey and be your guide. I would say he is your guide. A qualified professional is your guide to a changing landscape with the tools to help you make a decision. It's a reassuring hand that will guide you and handhold you when you are confused, when you are indecisive, when you are scared, and when you panic with the two emotions of greed and fear. It's time to shift from just a financial plan, my dear friends, to financial planning. And not just financial planning, but financial planning smart way. Let's get financially smart. I'm open to questions now. I think we have 10 minutes. So if anyone would like to ask questions, or Bharti, you can just come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nita. Thank you so much for that very insightful session. I think no matter how many times I listen to you, I always learn something new every time you share this presentation. So it's a lovely share and lovely experience. We have some questions from people who had registered, but for those of you all who are live here, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat so we can take them up. And while we are doing that, I will start with the questions that people had sent in to us at the time of registering. So one of the questions people have asked, I think the questions on steps to invest the smart way, which you have covered. Importance of CFPs is what you have just shared. What are the additional skills? I think this is interesting. What kinds of additional skills are required to be an excellent financial planner? And also, if you could recommend some books to read about financial planning.
This is an awesome question. In fact, wonderful skills. Thanks, Bharti, for asking this question, or whoever has posted this question. Normally, when people look at a financial planner, the first thing they ask is which product. And that's why I address that thing in the plan, because they feel the role of a financial planner or an advisor is to tell them which products they should invest in. But believe me, if you want to understand products, there are enormous brochures available on the net and a lot of material which is given. But the good quality of a financial planner is, or a financial advisor or a certified financial profession, is one who has the listening skills, who is qualified enough to understand your requirement, who is able to be there and handhold you and guide you. As I said, it's the person who is your guide in a changing landscape. Because believe me, I'll share with you one experience. In fact, just some days back, I was not feeling too well. My pressure was low. So I said, let me go to the doctor. And when I went to the doctor, I asked him, he just checked my pressure and he said, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you're not sleeping too well, or you're thinking too much and you're working for long. That's the reason why and I was doing a lot of projects. I was working on a couple of projects and I was working late night. So I was not sleeping well. So that's why my pressure was affected. But when I asked him, he said, you're perfectly fine. You're raring to go. It's just that you need to take care of this. No medication, nothing required. Why did you even think about it? And that was so reassuring. And the similar thing happens when, a lot of people come to us and say, oh, the markets are down. I don't know what to do. My neighbor said, some of them, I have some even doctors, surgeons. I remember one of my clients, he came and he told me, I know this person, and he said, markets are going into recession. So I should pull out all my money and wait. What do you think I should do? So as a financial planner, I asked him this question. I said, doctor, I have your plan in mind. I know your goals. I know your why. Do we need the money in the next 6 months? He said, no. I said, then why are we worried? If we remove the money and wait, are you waiting to time the market? So that we invest your money when the markets go up? That would be the most foolish thing to do. Right now is the time to invest more. As Warren Buffett says, when everyone is fearful, you need to be greedy. And when everyone is greedy, you need to be fearful. And that is what a qualified financial planner should do, or a good advisor should have the skills. They should have communication skills. They should have listening skills. And I would go one step further to say women have all these qualities. That is why I always ensure that there should be more women financial planners. Because it's an inborn skill which we are born, nothing against the men. But I'm saying these are the skills, where they need to have someone who understands them, who listens to them, and who is with them. So these are, apart from the qualified skills, these are the things that are required.
And can you recommend any books?
Well, books, there are many. The first book that I would recommend is Think and Grow Rich. That's something which has helped me, which will help the mindset. There is also Money Talks, which is an amazing book. There's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And well, I'm coming up with my book very soon. So I would surely share that book as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure the listeners here are waiting to see what is the book that you're going to come out with and how they can apply. Because I think the best part about your session, Nita, was it is so applicable. It is so hands-on. I think that was a beautiful part of it. We have a question from Dr. Parul Sharda here. She says, sometimes there is a constraint of savings and therefore we are unable to invest. So in that case, what should be done?
And there are constraints of savings. That's when I said it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep when you make. A person who Parul, even a person who saves 1,000 rupees, earns 1,000 rupees, if he's able to have the habit of saving 100 rupees a month to start with, they will be able to do wonders. It's not about, it's basically, that's where I share the 6-star method, which I've talked about. Even if you have 1,000 rupees, set a percentage where maybe 50% goes towards your necessities. Another 10% will go towards your long-term goals, and automate it. Once you get used to the habit of saving and automating it, you will start living on the remaining. So I've seen clients who have told me even after having a salary of 1 lakh per month, they're not able to save. Whereas someone with 10,000 is able to save more. So it's about about having a habit. And yes, the best thing would be invest in yourself. So you need to invest in your skills. So I would say there are 2 things. One, you can increase your income or you can reduce your expenses. Now to increase your income, you need to enhance your skills. See what you are good at. Focus on that and ensure how you can increase your income. Second, when I talk about track your spending, see where your expenses are. And track it, have your money date, review it and see how you can ensure that you are saving on a regular basis, and not just save, invest it, automate it, put it in the long term, at least a part of it, so that will help you generate wealth.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I hope that answers your question, Parul. We have Shagun Mehra's question where he says, is it good to take loans to save tax? And what is your advice to government employees for financial planning? So there are 2 questions here, Nita. I think we are already at 5. So I think let's do another 2 or 3 questions.
Yes.
So I will let you pick which question you would like to answer.
So you talked about the first question you said, is it
good to take loans to save tax?
To save tax.
To save tax.
Shagun, loans should be used for leveraging. That is one concept which is always there. You use a loan to leverage, but I would never advise anyone to take a loan to invest or to pay tax. You have to make a provision. Right now, if you're already there and if you've not paid tax and you're going to be charged interest and you're going to be penalized for that, then yes, you may have to do that as a short-term arrangement. But loans should be used for leveraging to save taxes. Sorry.
Yeah, saving taxes.
Okay. So, okay, Shagun, I just saw you in the chat. Yes, to save tax, yes, home loan. Definitely. That's where you can take educational loan also, I would advise. But personal loans, credit card loans, you have to be very careful. I always recommend taking credit card loans to actually as a convenience. Use the credit card smartly. I normally use the acronym MAD, don't be mad. When I say MAD, it means don't pay the minimum amount due, because your interest rate, if you don't pay, it may go up to 24, 30% and even more, and you'll get stuck in that trap. So yes, home loan, definitely, because you can also have their property, you can enjoy the property and you get the tax benefit. Definitely, I would recommend for that.
Okay, we have another two questions which sound quite interesting, Nita. One is, just one sec, yeah. Somebody has asked, Amrita asks, is Mediclaim and health insurance the same?
Right, Amrita, yes, Mediclaim takes care of hospitalization, and that is very, very important. Health insurance is divided into various parts. In health insurance, there is Mediclaim, which is a policy which covers hospitalization, which is 24 hours of hospitalization. The bills and all needs to be taken care of. But apart from that, there is disability insurance, there is critical insurance. So disability takes care in case of an accident. Okay, and if the person is disabled to an extent where he's not able to take any other future, he's not able to work in that same capacity. So the health insurance company will pay him the amount till he actually gets back. Critical illness covers various major diseases like cancer, heart stroke, renal failure. There are a couple of diseases. So if anyone has found to have that or has been diagnosed, then from that day onwards, the health insurance company would pay it. So when we talk about risk management, under health insurance, all these come. But Mediclaim is something which is the first thing that each one needs to take. Because, in fact, as I said, once you enter the hospital, the bills just go over the roof. And at times, we've seen a lot of clients then dipping into their investments to pay off that. So I always recommend as a safety net, even before going and investing, first ensure you have adequate health insurance. And I would go one step further. If people are employed, you need to ensure that you are covered under the health insurance scheme of your company. In addition to that, please take your personal health insurance, because you do not know when your company may say bye, and you want to change into a different company, or you may want to start on your own. The health insurance group cover will not be continuing. So you need to ensure you have to have an individual health insurance as
well. One very interesting question here. I think two are very interesting. One is, how is our CFP valued in reality by people in India? I think that's very, very relevant coming from the FPSB perspective.
I would like to call Mr. Pushkar Ji to answer this question if he would want to, because he's from FPSB. Sir, would you like to answer this question?
Yes, Nita, it is important that we discuss about financial planning, and financial planning is valued. Well, the financial planning is valued, and when financial planning is valued, of course, the provider of financial planning is certified financial planner. So they are valued by the customers because it is the integration of your finances. As you rightly said, why money is important to you. So you define your relationship with money, it's money attitude, and from there you start building you define your goals. Whatever you do with your investment, with your risk, is not just segregated or in separate zones. They are integrated. So you rightly talked about the smart plan. What is smart plan? A smart plan reflects yourself. it reflects your core values. So all the circumstances don't change your financial plan, but they get absorbed once you have the core values in a good financial plan. It's really valued by customers.
Thank you. Thank you, Pushkar sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pushkar sir. I think it's really important. I mean, we need, as I said, a qualification and experience is important. Credentials are important. And that's where, you know, an experienced person will be able, who's gone through it, who's gone through the entire experience and the qualifications, will be able to guide you. And that's where CFP as a credential is very, very important. You are certified because you've gone through the process. You have understood the entire things. You have passed through the examinations. You have studied the material, and then you are a CFP. It's, as I said, you need to have a person out there who is there to guide you, to help you, but who has the knowledge. And that's where the credentials are definitely important.
And I'm taking this as the last question because I think it's really relevant. What's the right age to plan for finances?
Wonderful question. There's no right age. In fact, I would say if you are having a kid, please start planning for them from day one, because time, compounding. So as a parent, start immediately. As a teenager, start right now. There is no right time, right place. The right time and right place is now. The earlier, the better, because you want to ensure that time creates money, I would say. So if you have time and if you have the right set of habits, and if you do the smart way, the smart financial planning way, and you would be financially smart. That's, I think it's right now, in short.
Thank you so much for that lovely session, Nita. And I think if we have no further questions, I cannot see any further questions now. We will take your leave. And I would, before we wind up, just like to say a big thank you to Nita Menezes, certified financial planner, founder of Financially Smart, national president of Wiki Financial Literacy and Management Council, for putting this event together. A very, very big thank you to FPSB. Pushkar sir, thank you so much for giving our council this opportunity to connect with so many people and, you know, help us realize how important financial planning is. You know, I mean, I've been an investor personally myself for such a long time. And, you know, even as she spoke, even as Nita spoke, and we are really good friends, I noticed that there are so many gaps in my understanding of financial planning. So I really think that you know, financial planning, FPSB needs to get out there. You need to be able to be more visible, and people need to understand that just like I need a doctor to medicate myself, I need to have a financial planner to take care of my financial health. It is that critical. And I think if we can, you know, help you reach more people, we would be more than happy to do that. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Nita.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bharti.
Thank you so much, Pushkar ji, and your entire team, Alok sir, and the entire FPSB team, including Noel May, and also to Harbeen Arora ma'am from Wiki, who has actually given us this platform. And it's really great to have all of you here. This video will be shared on the channel, YouTube channel of FPSB India, as well as on Wiki Financial Literacy Management Council, where everyone can actually go there and again revisit and make your notes. And one request, let's get financially smart.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.